Have you ever spent 45 minutes scrolling through Netflix watching trailer after trailer, reading star ratings, and trying to pick the absolute best movie to watch, only to get so exhausted that you turned off the television and went to sleep without watching anything at all? Or maybe you have spent weeks comparing every single micro-feature of 2 different smartphones, reading hundreds of customer reviews, analyzing camera specifications, and agonizing over which device is slightly superior. And then, when you finally made your purchase, instead of feeling excited and satisfied, you spent the next 3 days wondering if you made a mistake and should have bought the other one instead. Most people look at this habit and label it as simple indecisiveness, perfectionism, or having high standards. They tell themselves that being thorough simply means they are intelligent, responsible consumers who refuse to settle for anything second-rate. But the truth is, this endless search for the absolute best is quietly ruining your happiness, draining your daily mental energy, and paralyzing your life. What feels like a noble pursuit of excellence is actually a deep psychological trap. Welcome back to Psychology in You. Today we are going to step into the hidden psychology of why chasing the absolute best can become the worst choice you ever make, and how a fascinating scientific concept known as Fredkin's paradox reveals the hidden flaw in how the human brain makes decisions. Before we begin, take a quiet moment to ask yourself how much precious time and mental peace you have lost recently trying to make perfect choices. If you are ready to reclaim your focus, free yourself from decision paralysis, and understand the mechanics of your own mind, let us dive deep into the psychology of decision-making. To understand why our search for perfection backfires so dramatically, we first have to examine a brilliant concept from cognitive psychology and computer science known as Fredkin's paradox, formulated by Edward Fredkin. The paradox states something surprisingly simple, yet deeply profound. The closer 2 options are in terms of their overall value, the harder it becomes to choose between them, even though the difference in outcome actually matters the least. Think about that for a second. When you are faced with a choice between 2 options where one is clearly amazing and the other is terrible, the decision is instant. It takes 0 cognitive energy to choose between a fresh, delicious meal and a plate of spoiled food. The value difference is massive, so your brain processes the decision in a fraction of a second without any stress. But what happens when you are choosing between 2 equally fantastic restaurants, 2 equally promising job offers, 2 great apartments in nice neighborhoods, or 2 nearly identical shades of light gray paint for your living room walls? Because both options are so remarkably close in overall value, your brain struggles to find an obvious winner. Logically, since both options are great, you should be able to flip a coin, pick either one, and be completely happy with the outcome. In reality, the human brain does the exact opposite. It zooms in on the tiniest, most insignificant details. You spend hours, days, or even weeks comparing 2 options where the difference in real-life satisfaction is practically 0. You burn massive amounts of precious time and emotional energy trying to calculate a micro difference that does not actually matter in the long run. This is Fredkin's paradox in action. The less real difference there is between choices, the more time we waste trying to decide between them. Why does our mind trick us like this? To answer that, we have to look at the groundbreaking work of Nobel Prize-winning psychologist Herbert Simon, which was later expanded by psychologist Barry Schwartz in his classic work on the paradox of choice. Simon identified 2 distinct types of decision-makers in the world: maximizers and satisficers. If you are a maximizer, your core rule in life is that only the absolute best will do before you make any decision. Whether it is buying a simple kitchen appliance, choosing a career path, picking a hotel for a vacation, or finding a life partner, you feel an intense psychological compulsion to examine every single available option. You want to be 100% sure that the path you choose is superior to every possible alternative. You believe that settling for something that is merely good enough is a sign of laziness, weak standards, or failure. On the other hand, if you are a Satisficer, you operate on a completely different psychological frequency. The word satisficing comes from combining 2 words, satisfy and suffice. A Satisficer has a clear set of internal criteria and standards. Before making a decision, they ask themselves a simple question: what criteria does this option need to meet for me to be satisfied? Once they discover an option that meets those internal criteria, they choose it immediately and move on with their life. They do not care if there is a slightly better option hiding on page 20 of a search result. They do not care if someone else found a deal that was 5% cheaper. Their personal criteria were met, so the decision is complete and their mind is at peace. Now, You might be thinking, isn't it obviously better to be a maximizer? Doesn't aiming for the absolute best lead to better real-world outcomes? This is where the psychological tragedy of maximizing reveals itself. Studies conducted across thousands of individuals show that even though maximizers relentlessly push for the best possible outcomes, such as securing a job with a slightly higher starting salary, they are consistently far less happy, more anxious, far more stressed, and significantly more prone to depression than satisficers. In other words, maximizers may occasionally get slightly better results on paper, but they feel infinitely worse inside their own heads. To understand why this happens, we need to dissect the 3 hidden psychological costs that maximizers pay every single day. The first psychological cost is what researchers call counterfactual thinking and the ghost of unchosen paths. Whenever a maximizer makes a choice, they do not simply live in the reality of the option they selected. Their mind remains endlessly attached to all the alternative options they rejected. Because they spent so much energy analyzing every alternative, those unchosen paths remain vivid inside their imagination. The moment their chosen option experiences even the slightest flaw or inconvenience, the new phone drops a call, the new apartment has a slightly noisy street, or the new job has an occasional dull meeting, their brain immediately triggers counterfactual thinking. They start building a flawless fantasy world around the options they discarded. They tell themselves, if only I had taken that other job offer, I wouldn't be dealing with this. If only I had bought the other car, the ride would have been smoother. The brain forgets that the unchosen alternative would have had its own unique set of flaws and drawbacks. Instead, it unfairly compares a flawed real-world experience with a perfect, idealized fantasy. This creates a perpetual inner loop of buyer's remorse, self-doubt, and chronic regret. The maximizer is physically living in one choice, but emotionally haunted by a ghost army of unchosen paths. The second psychological cost is the escalation of expectations. When you spend endless hours and emotional energy searching for the absolute best, your subconscious baseline expectation rises to absolute perfection. You tell yourself, after spending 3 weeks researching the absolute best coffee maker on the market, this coffee had better be life-changing. When expectations are set to perfection, reality can almost never measure up. Even a genuinely great experience feels like a disappointment because it failed to achieve the impossible standard you constructed in your head. Satisficers, by contrast, maintain modest and realistic expectations. When they buy something that is simply good enough, they are easily surprised and delighted when it works well. The Satisficer experiences genuine joy because their reality exceeds their expectations. The maximizer experiences chronic disappointment because their inflated expectations will always outpace reality. The third and most dangerous cost is decision paralysis and the provisional life. When the drive to maximize becomes extreme, it stops you from taking real action altogether. You become terrified of making a final choice because choosing one specific path means officially closing the door on all other possibilities. In our previous discussions here on Psychology in You, we explored how people fall into a provisional life always feeling like what they are doing right now is just a temporary placeholder until their real, perfect life finally begins. Maximizing is the ultimate fuel for this paralyzed state of mind. You stay stuck in a career you do not enjoy because you are waiting for the perfect passion to present itself. You keep one foot out the door in your relationships because you are constantly wondering if someone slightly better, slightly more attractive, or slightly more compatible is going to pop up on a dating app tomorrow. You treat human connections like an online catalog, swiping endlessly through potential partners, terrified of committing because you might miss out on a theoretically better fit. The cruel paradox of this mindset is that in your endless attempt to keep all your options open, you lose the capacity to build anything deep, meaningful, or lasting. A project that is never committed to is a project that never succeeds. A relationship where you are constantly scanning the horizon for alternatives is a relationship that will never develop true emotional depth or intimacy. By refusing to settle for good enough, you end up settling for nothing at all. So, how do we break free from this energy trap? How do we stop our minds from falling victim to Fredkin's paradox and the destructive loop of maximizing? Escaping the maximizing trap does not mean lowering your self-respect or accepting poor quality. It means shifting your definition of intelligence. True wisdom is not about finding the single best option in the entire world. It is about protecting your finite mental bandwidth so you can actually enjoy the life you are living. Here are 4 practical, science-backed steps to shift your psychology from a trapped maximizer to a liberated satisficer. Step 1. Define your non-negotiable criteria before you start looking. The primary reason maximizers get overwhelmed is that they start browsing options before they have clearly defined what they actually need. When you open an online marketplace or browse job listings without fixed parameters, every shiny feature distracts you and expands your criteria infinitely before you start searching for anything. Whether it is a hotel, a laptop, a home, or a new project, grab a piece of paper and write down 3 to 4 non-negotiable standards. For example, I need a laptop with 16 gigabytes of RAM, a battery that lasts 8 hours, and a weight under 3 pounds for under $1,000. The very moment you find an option that ticks those 4 specific boxes, you make your decision. You stop searching immediately. You close the browser tabs. You do not check if there is a new model coming out next month. You have met your standards and the decision is officially closed. Step 2. Apply strict time limits to defeat Fredkin's paradox. Remember Edward Fredkin's key insight. The closer 2 options are in value, the more time you will waste trying to decide between them, even though the difference does not matter. To counter this neurological trap, implement explicit time restrictions based on the weight of the decision. If you are choosing a meal at a restaurant or picking a movie to watch on a Friday night, give yourself a hard cap of 2 minutes. If you cannot decide within 2 minutes, force yourself to pick the first option or flip a coin. Remind yourself explicitly, if these 2 choices are taking me this long to compare, it means they are virtually equal in value. Therefore, whichever one I select will be great. Recognizing that difficulty in choosing is actually proof of equal quality allows you to release control and pick freely without stress. Step 3. Practice voluntary choice closure and burn the ships behind you. In ancient history, when commanders landed their armies on enemy shores, they would sometimes order their men to burn their own ships behind them. This sent an undeniable signal to the entire army. There is no turning back, no alternative path, and no retreat. We must make this reality work. Psychology shows that the human brain is far better at rationalizing and finding genuine satisfaction in choices when those choices are permanent and irreversible. When a choice feels reversible, your brain keeps its evaluation networks active, endlessly analyzing whether you should undo the decision. Once you make a choice, consciously practice voluntary choice closure. Unsubscribe from promotional newsletters after buying a product. Delete the dating apps once you decide to commit to someone. Stop reading reviews for an item you already own. Force your brain to shift out of evaluation mode and into commitment mode. When you burn the metaphorical ships behind your choices, your nervous system adapts and naturally begins highlighting the positive aspects of the path you are on. Step 4. Reframe good enough as the ultimate form of self-care. In our hyper-competitive society, we are constantly brainwashed into thinking that good enough is a synonym for mediocrity or failure. We are told to optimize, grind, and maximize every microsecond of our lives. You need to completely rewrite this narrative inside your mind. Satisficing is not settling for mediocrity. It is the ultimate strategy for emotional freedom, high performance, and mental resilience. When you consciously choose an option that is good enough, you are declaring that your peace of mind, your time, and your attention are worth far more than the tiny, marginal difference between a good choice and a perfect one. You are choosing to invest your mental energy into actually experiencing your life, rather than spending it in the waiting room of decision-making. Perfection is an illusion that always stays one step ahead of you. It promises ultimate happiness, but delivers only chronic exhaustion and anxiety. There will always be a slightly cheaper flight, a slightly faster phone, a slightly better hotel, or a slightly different path not taken. But life is not lived in the realm of theoretical potential. Life is lived in the messy, tangible reality of the choices you actually make and commit to. When you allow yourself to embrace the power of good enough, the invisible weight on your chest disappears. You stop standing at the intersection of life watching the traffic pass by. You step onto a path, you walk it with your whole heart, and you realize that peace was never about finding the perfect path. It was about learning to love the walk. If you recognize the shadow of a maximizer inside your own mind today, leave a comment below and tell me what decision you have been overanalyzing lately. Expressing your thoughts helps release that invisible mental pressure. If this video helped you put down even one heavy weight you have been carrying, hit like and subscribe so we can keep exploring the deep mechanics of the human mind together. Send this video to a friend who overthinks every choice they make. It might be the exact wake-up call they need today. Thank you for spending your valuable time with Psychology in You. Take care of your mind, and I will see you in the next video.